Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from McFarlane Toys in their Movie Maniacs line, we are featuring the Gold Label Collection Fallout 3-pack. Alright, so this is authenticated, limited edition of 3,600 pieces, but if you ask me, it doesn't matter, this is complete BS. Just because these figures were released multiple times, so you can either buy these figures individually, or, in a better case scenario, there was a 4-pack which came out much later than this, and it kind of pissed me off because the whole reason why you wanted to buy the 3-pack is because, unlike the single figures, is that with the Maximus figure, the 3-pack came with the extra head. But now, sometime later they came out with this 4-pack, which I don't have, and that one includes all the figures, the extra accessory, and also comes with the small little Vault Boy statue. So I don't know. As much as I love McFarlane Toys, I kind of hate how they kind of do weird carny stuff like that. It just kind of pissed me off. But nonetheless, this is something that, as a fan of both the Fallout game and the TV show, I really wanted in my collection. This came out last year in 2024, and it's been sitting in my pile forever, and it's just now I'm getting around to opening it and reviewing it. Life is, I say this all the time, life gets busy, and, adulting comes first, so I don't always have time to, play with my toys. Wonderful cover art. We have the Ghoul, Maximus, and Lucy. On the back, let's see what's on the back. Same image. Again, I kind of feel like McFarlane kind of cops out on the package design. It would have been nice if they at least show you the action figures. And over here, the bonus item is the helmet for, the helmet that it had for Maximus. You get the trading cards, and let's take this out. So I'm really excited for Fallout Season 2, which seems to be taking place in the fictional world of New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite video games of all time, period. I just absolutely love that game. And I'm looking forward to the new season. Hopefully it'll be a banger. And I'm assuming it will be. The first season took me by surprise. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't think it'd be as great as it was. Right, so as we're opening the box here, if you can see it, there's a cardboard insert. It says Fallout. And let's carefully slide out the tray. I have very tight space on my table here, so this might require some finesse. And what you get on the inside of the box is that you do get this cardboard insert, and mine is like creased, which is very disappointing. So you can kind of use that as a backdrop. Let me take this out if I could get it. Alright, give me a moment. Let's take this backdrop out. Yeah, so you have this nice backdrop which you can use in your display area for all the figures. Also included, there is this blank piece of cardboard, which I'm assuming is to protect the figures. And then this foil, which I believe is the trading cards. And then we have, oh no, wait, the foil is something else. What's this? I guess this might be this isn't the bonus item, is it? Let's open this up real quick. This might be the bonus item. I know that the head was an extra item that came with this, but I don't know what this is. Okay, so we have a couple of stickers, which is neat. 3 vaults stronger together. And then in God we trust, all others can pay, in caps. And caps is the currency in the post-apocalyptic world. And then I think this is the Brotherhood of Steel flag, which Maximus belongs to. And then we have the trading cards, each which are all taped onto the side of the plastic. You know, we have Maximus, we have Lucy. And let's remove these figures. Now keep in mind, these are more so miniature statues than actual action figures. These are not articulated. They don't move whatsoever. We have the alternate head for Maximus right there. I'm just going to leave that in the box for now, but you can see, you know, if you wanted to swap it onto the power armor, you could. I just don't want to lose it because there's too much stuff going on here on my table. Alright, so we have the 3 Fallout figures right here. Each one looks very, very impressive. Let's start out with, let's do Maximus first in his power armor. So Maximus belongs to the Brotherhood of Steel. And how easy is it to take the head off? Alright, I take it back. I do want to try swapping on the other head. Just give me a brief moment while I try to take this out. It's like taped in. So I believe the solo figure did not come with the Maximus head. Right here, which is actor Aaron Moten. The likeness is pretty decent. And if you wanted to, you could put the head on. So we have Maximus without the helmet. And if you want to, you could just, you know, display the helmet at the base like that. The power armor looks great. Nice metallic finish. It kind of has like almost like that greasy metal effect. Good ink washing to really bring out the cracks and details and just give it that weathered, distressed look. If you're a fan of the Fallout video game like me, you know, it was a real treat to see the power armor in live action. This figure stands in at about, including the base, 7 inches. I believe these are a 1/12 scale action figures, so they're kind of like within that 6-inch scale. You see, they kind of scale with like a Marvel Legends 6-inch figure. But then when you put it next to a standard Marvel or a standard McFarlane 1/10 scale figure like the Mortal Kombat or DC Multiverse, you can see how, you know, it's just a much shorter figure. It would have been great if they gave us articulated action figures, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and I don't mind that they went with these miniature statues, because the whole Movie Maniacs line to begin with, they're kind of essentially small statues. You know, if you collected McFarlane toys in the early 2000s, you know, you might have a couple of Movie Maniacs in your collection, you know, like the Crow action figure. But yeah, Maximus is looking sweet. The likeness to actor Aaron Moten is pretty decent. And then you can easily just swap the head. And the head will only go in one direction because there's a key, so it's not like you could turn it or pose it differently. Yeah, it looks great. Alright, up next we have the Ghoul, as portrayed by actor Walton Goggins. Definitely a fan favorite character in the TV show. I kind of feel like the detailing on his face could be a little bit better. There's some dust on here. Let me get it off. Like, it looks great, don't get me wrong, but I kind of feel like they could have pushed it a little bit further and gave it a little bit more wrinkles. Unless this is actually accurate to the show, I don't know. But it's still a beautiful looking piece. A nice action pose. Looks like he's in the middle of a showdown. The coat's made of a nice soft rubbery material. Again, much like Maximus, a nice ink wash applied to the coat to bring out all the textures, the folds, and the wrinkles. Here's his shotgun. It's permanently affixed to his back. And then for a size comparison, here he is next to Maximus. And the power armor, this towers over the normal humans. A gorgeous looking figure. You do get a better deal, I think, buying the 3-pack than buying the figures individually. But again, I'm just upset that they came out with that 4-pack with the Vault Boy statue. I would have loved to have gotten that if I knew they were going to produce that. And lastly, we come to Lucy, as portrayed by actress Ella Purnell. She's wearing her Vault jumpsuit. If you go into my back catalog, I reviewed a couple of Fallout figures. Some miniatures, and there was an action figure produced by, I can't remember which company. Maybe it might have been Funko. I might be wrong on that, though. But it looks like it'd be the same scale as this Lucy figure. Again, the likeness to actress Ella Purnell looks pretty decent. It actually looks like her. Nice detailing on the shoulder pads, kind of like stressed and like scarred up. So it looks kind of beaten. The blue is kind of a little bit too glossy. I think it could benefit from maybe a matte finish. But it still looks great. She has her Pip-Boy on her wrist, and unfortunately there's nothing on the heads-up display. It says blank. And then here she is standing next to her new friend and partner, the Ghoul. And then here she is next to Maximus. Yeah, so overall, a beautiful collection of figures. And I'm assuming McFarlane's going to give us more, especially with the new season due to come out. I think, was it next year maybe? Yeah, so well worth the purchase. So if you happen to find this and the 4-pack, I would suggest, go for the 4-pack. Because with the 4-pack, you're getting all of this. I believe you're also still getting the extra head, but you're also getting the Vault Boy statue, which, looks cool. Alright, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.